Test. Ten seconds. Yes, everybody, welcome to Magpies Live here, 102.8 Chorley FM. Good afternoon, everybody, from the Peninsula Stadium for today's clash with Salford City here in the National League North. Welcome to Magpies Live, as I say, here on 102.8 Chorley FM, as well as on the web throughout the Chorley FC Supporters Trust page and on the Chorley FC Magpies Live YouTube page. Now, there will be a minute's silence for a Salford City player, ex-Salford player, so we'll have a minute's silence for him first before we continue our coverage here at the Peninsula Stadium. Salford City against Chorley. See you in a moment. Ten seconds. And so after last week's disappointment in the FA Trophy where Chorley lost out to Marine, it's back to league action today with a trip to the league leaders Salford City. The home side are 9 points clear in from second place Harrogate Town at the top of the table, after winning 16 of their 20 games so far. Chorley currently lying 9th, of course, winning 3 of the last 9 games away from Victory Park in the league so far. Let's go through the two lineups, then a couple of changes to Chorley. As the game kicks off here, it's Matt Irwin in goal, Matt Challoner, Adam Blakeman, Andy T, the captain, Scott Leather, Stephen Jordan, Nick Horton, Dale Whitton, Marcus Carver, and Jason Walker and Josh O'Keefe. And on the bench for Chorley today, Adam Roscoe, Ian Black, Matty Hughes, Jake Cottrell, and the new loanee signing of Dan Mooney. Salford with Max Crocombe in goal. He gets an early touch here. Michael Nottingham, Ibu Toure, Scott Burton, Cal Piagiani, Liam Hogan the captain, Gus Futer, and an early chance for Salford as the man on the far side of the penalty area drilled the ball across the goal. It's going to be a corner for Salford City early on here. Gus Futer at 7, Lois Maynard 8, Mike Phoenix 9, Jack Redshaw 10, and Richie Allen 11. For Salford on the bench, Danny Livesey, Mark Shelton, Anthony Dudley, Manny Deservwaite and Josh Askew. The corner then on this near side comes into the near post. It's a bit of a mistake there between both sides as the ball eventually went through to Matt Irwin's hands. And it goes through to him and able to kick it out of his hands at the edge of his penalty area, rolls it along the floor instead. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with all the other score lines elsewhere in the league, as well as our local sides, and immediately the ball sent through to Phoenix, but that's good covering that by Scott Leather to get the ball away here towards this near side for Challoner. For Irwin, back to ahead of O'Keefe, but in the end his header just comes through to the goalkeeper, Max Crocombe. Chorley were defeated at home in the reverse fixture by a goal to nil. Michael Nottingham getting on the score sheet again between these two sides in an early free kick on that far side. The referee today, Mr. Stephen Copeland, and his two assistants, Mr. Bickerdike and Mr. Rogers. So the early free kick for Chorley then, just outside of their own penalty area, as Irwin will take this one. He did have a few problems last week at in the game against Marine. Chorley went ahead by an early goal to nil, but ended up on the losing side by 3 goals to 1. Some might say that might be a blessing in disguise, as Marine are away to Dover in the next round, so that would have been a 12-hour round trip for Chorley if they got through. But nevertheless, here we are back in the league action now, 3 games in 9 days, and here is Burton to play the ball away and sent through here to Phoenix, across in the middle of the goal. Phoenix shoots and drills it cross wide of that left hand post, and not really testing Matt Irwin at any chance, and it's well wide of the left hand post. Early shot across the nose for Salford City, and Chorley in the all blue this afternoon. Salford City red shirts, white shorts and white socks, kicking for the goal furthest away from us this afternoon in this first half. We've been planted in the corner of the ground here, which isn't the best of commentary positions, but we'll try and make do with it. Here's Irwin, so far away, we'll take the kick then. Oh, it comes off the top of the head of Horton, of Walker, sorry, but goes out for a throw-in for the home side, Salford City. Salford 0, Chorley 0. 3.5 minutes gone here on Magpies Live, 102.8 Chorley FM. And here's Toure with this throw in the left back. Comes off the head of another Chorley player this time again. And out for another Salford City throw. Toure takes it again. Plays a 1-2 with Burton from the throw. Now it's back in field here to Allen. Richie Allen turns. Nick Horton looking to, and he's got the ball through here to Toure again. Now Burton plays the ball down the left hand side. It comes back through to Richie Allen. Allen takes on 2 Chorley players, and only Josh O'Keefe one of them, but it's set through here towards Phoenix, but it's given away, and now Chorley can bring it forward here through Horton. He's stopped in his tracks there by Burton. Brought down instead on that far side by Dale Whitton, who's making his first start this afternoon for quite some time. Josh Wilson suspended, of course, after last week's sending off. And it's going to be another free kick for Salford, and Sam on the halfway line, or just behind it. So on the right hand side this time as we look at it. It's out towards this near side for Pejari. Former Boston man gets it through to Toure on the left hand side here now. It's with the captain Hogan. It's sent through here to Redshaw, the diminutive forward. It's a good play this from Salford to get across it on the left hand side. It's headed wide. It's away out for another corner here for Salford City. I think it was Teague that got a header onto it to head the ball away, but the corner will be taken. This time on the far side, the second corner of the game so far, 5.5 minutes in. And it will be Rich Allen on that far side to take it. Allen swings the ball in, punched away this time by Irwin. Cleared away up towards the halfway line. Horton brings it down. Looking to get the better of the number 7 of Mafuta and gets the ball back to Teague, but Teague's low ball down the line is cut out here by Burton. And the former Curzon Ashton man gets the ball through to Nottingham here. The ex-Solihull player now with Rich Allen down on that right hand side. Loses out possession, in fact. He's gone out of play. It will be a throw in over on that far side for Chorley. Right in a very deep position. Still 0-0. Other scorelines to tell you about in the Premier League. West Ham 1, Newcastle United 0. And a couple of goals in the National League North already. Boston are leading Alfreton by a goal to 0. Stockport County leading Curzon Ashton by the same goal to 0. And it's Spennymoor 1, FC United and Manchester 0. 0-0 elsewhere, as is here at the newly named Peninsula Stadium. The ground's only been completed for a couple of months. And it's ball out towards that far side, out for a Chorley throw. Which Blakeman will take back to his own goalkeeper here, Matt Irwin. News that will bring you all the Christmas and New Year's Day fixture, the Boxing Day fixture in 3 days' time, at home to Southport and then away to Southport in the reverse game on New Year's Day. 3 o'clock kickoffs, both on Chorley FM. Here's the ball sent in, and it's going to be surely a corner that, but there's the ball sent in by Horton down the left hand side, and Crocombe just managed to gather that one up, but with the assistant referee on this near side and Crocombe with his back to him, couldn't really tell if it was going to be a corner or not. So still goalless. Here's Crocombe on the ball again. Low ball down the middle this time. Looking for Redshaw, but it's found Richie Allen instead. Here's Toure now finding a bit of space down the left hand wing, but it's placed back to Richie Allen. Goes down under a challenge. Referee plays on, and now it's with Walker. Walker sends it through here to Carver. Carver allowed a bit of space here. He's on side here, Marcus Carver. Gets to the right hand side of the area. Took away through. That's going to be a corner this time. The referee's assistant this time never flagged, as Crocombe surely caught the ball outside of his byline. But anyway, play on, says the referee. And this time it's Scott Leather. Plays it back to Matt Irwin. Gainsborough 1, Darlington 0. There's the latest as well. Here's Irwin on the ball again. Just inside of his penalty area on this right hand side. It looks at it. It's sent through again down the middle. Oh, Walker misses with the header this time, looking to get it through to Carver, but it's played back here off the head of Vandy Teague to Ibu Toure, the Salford City left back, but a poor pass from him. Only finds Scott Leather, now picks her up on the halfway line. Allowed to roll the ball through to here was Carver. Carver inside the area, or tried to play it through to an absent Jason Walker off to his left hand side, and only found the feet of Crocombe. So Chorley starting to get into the game a little bit more here. Salford might be topped by 9 points, but I'm sure this might be a very narrow game this afternoon. Here's Leather again. Play back again to Irwin, and Irwin will urge players off to his right hand side here. Comes off the top of the head of the number 6 for Salford of Liam Hogan. Play back again by Burton on the halfway line. down to the left-hand side here for Redshaw. Top scorer at the moment for Salford. Redshaw gets in towards the left-hand side of the area. He just showed too much of the ball there to Scott Leathering. Manages to get the ball away here for Chorley and through to Horton just ahead of him. And it will be on the ball on that far side here for Challoner. Challoner will instead find Dale Whittam in midfield. Lucky Jason Walker not trying to challenge Toure on the ball, but Toure managed to squeeze the ball through to Scott Burton. And Burton again finding Allen on that right hand side here. Played down the middle by Phoenix. So it's again cleared away. And as quickly as Chorley clear it, Salford just knocked the ball from the back again. Here's Liam Hogan with his second attempt to get the ball down the left hand side. He does so. Toure with a pinpoint header to Redshaw. As I said, the diminutive number 10 will find Scott Burton just on the halfway line. Let's play back again here. Here's to Hogan again, the Salford City captain. Back again here, and Toure just allowed a bit of space there to work his way into. Played in again, but this time the number 7 of Mafuta fouls Dale Whittam, and it will be a free kick for Chorley. Alfreton 0, Boston United 2. And eight of our local sides, Accrington 2-0 down at home to Crawley Town this afternoon. Morecambe 1-0 down away at Mansfield in League One. Wigan leading Oxford United by a goal to 0. The cross comes in on the right hand side this time, but it allows Chorley to get a second attempt here, this time on the left hand side through Blakeman. Tried to play it low, but he only finds Crocombe's hands. The early kick-off this afternoon, 2 o'clock, Northampton 1, Blackburn Rovers 1 currently. And Blackpool 0-0 at Charlton. That's all in League One. Not a lot happening here as the ball is just being replaced. So still 0-0 for Preston North End against Nottingham Forest at home, and Bolton Wanderers 0, Cardiff 0 as well. It's Salford City on the attack here, but only for Andy Teague to hook the ball out onto the roof of the stand on that far side. And it will be a Salford City throw. The early kick-off in the Premier League was Everton 0, Chelsea 0. West Ham 1, Newcastle United 1 now. 13 minutes gone here though at the Peninsula Stadium. It's Salford 0, Jordan 0. Salford have a throw in on that far side. Played short here to Burton. Played back again to Nottingham. Takes it back up to the halfway line to find Piergianni right on the touchline. It sends the ball forward for an offside. Number 10 of Redshaw. And it will be a free kick for Chorley. 0-0 still here this afternoon. And as I say, we will be bringing you live coverage of both Southport games here on 102.8 Chorley FM. Proud to do so, and that is of course on Boxing Day afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff. If you can join us for that one, and then away on New Year's Day again, 3 o'clock kickoff with the game at Southport. And what is the first league meetings between the two sides for a good long while. I think it's nearly 25 years between the two sides. Here's Irwin with the ball in his feet. He lets to pick the ball up from the pass forward from Piergianni. Irwin rolls the ball through. Horton looking to get on it, and now it's Carver who wins it. Now it's come through to Horton here. Edge of the penalty area. Horton shoots. It's blocked close range by Nottingham. We've got a good blocking on the edge of the area. Ball still not cleared away by Salford as O'Keefe wins the ball through here to Challoner on the right hand side. Chorley finding a bit of space here. Gets the ball through. Challoner plays the ball in. Comes down to Walker here inside the area. Teed it up for Blakeman. Left footed drive forward. Was blocked again, and then challenged by Blakeman. And the referee gives a free kick for Salford City for the foul on Nottingham by Adam Blakeman as he tried to win the ball back, but Two good chances there, and unfortunately for Horton, he was closed down. He had 3 Salford City players on him. Salford will know more than anybody how to play Nick Horton. He spent last season here on loan from Fleetwood, just as he has at Chorley, and then that Blakeman drive, which was again blocked. Chorley attacking the goal to the right, but it's where the majority of the Salford City supporters are. Salford are on the attack here through Mafuta on the right hand side. The referee blows up here for a free kick for Salford, right on the edge of the penalty area by the looks of things. Couldn't have been a lot in that from the referee, Mr. Stephen Copeland, this afternoon. To see Charlton 1, Blackpool 0 in the in League One. And here's a free kick for Salford City then. It's just to the right hand side of the penalty area, just outside of it, and it's played in left footed, and it's towards the back post, and Redshaw misses it. He managed to, there was one player that jumped for it, that was Richie Allen, I think he was, and between 2 Chorley players, Redshaw unmarked at the back post, but just couldn't turn it in. Don't think out of 3 players they were expecting it to come to him, but there you go. Still remains 0-0 here. It's a long kick by Irwin, looking for Walker again, but it's headed down this time by the number 8, Maynard. Now it's with Teague though. Now plays it through here to Adam Blakeman, who runs forward here with the ball, but looking for Horton, just couldn't cut through. It's cut away by Hogan. Gets to the bar, touchline on that far side to play the ball centrally. Leather with the header away. Comes down again for Hogan. Here's Mafuta. Now with Nottingham. Nottingham drives forward here. Mafuta on the overlap, picks up the ball here, lays it through to Allen. Allen on the edge of the penalty area, cuts in field, tries a shot, and it's cleared away from inside the 6-yard box. And they're thumped away out the penalty area this time by Chorley. Matt Challoner was there to clear it initially. Dale Whittam on the edge of the penalty area to hook the ball away. Gives Chorley a bit of breathing space, but Piergiani again to play the ball down the left-hand side. He might find Redshaw, but it's again been cut out. Here's Allen again. Now it finds Nottingham on this left-hand side. Tries to play the low ball in from the right-hand side, but for the left boot, but it's a poor one. Scott Leather picks it up. But again, Piergiani wins the header in front of Carver. Brought down here by Hogan. It's another free kick for Salford. Phoenix a man fouled, and Chorley asking a bit of a question why the referee gave that one. And we've had this referee before, and he's can be a bit dubious, this referee, I seem to remember. Salford fans are starting to warm up for the first time in 18 minutes. Here's a free kick then taken by Richie Allen, now down towards the right hand side of the area, headed up though, and it will be a corner. Stephen Jordan managed to get a header onto it, and it's Salford's 3rd corner of the afternoon so far, right on that far side. Salford with the early chances, but Chorley have started to get into the game a little bit more as the game progresses. It's the ball on that far side to take in now. Header from Piergiani and nearly finding the target, and it's thumped away out of that penalty area. I think it was Adam Blakeman who managed to get a clearance away, but he's hooked it out of play on this near side for a Salford City throw. Richie Allen leaves this one for Nottingham. Michael Nottingham actually scored the late equaliser here last season to deny Chorley all 3 points. This ball sent through to Maynard. The former Stockport man now finds Redshaw. Signed from Rochdale this beginning of this season. Now it's out towards Richie Allen on the far side. Play through, but he can't get a pass through, and now Nick Horton picks the ball up here on the halfway line, looking to turn the number 4 of Burton. He's actually going to win a free kick out of it here. says the referee. Quickly taken by Chorley, sent out towards the left-hand side here for Blakeman. Blakeman cuts in field, tries to roll it through to anybody, but instead finds the number 11 of Richie Allen just outside the centre circle. Sliding challenge by Whittam forces Salford to play the ball back to Max Crocombe in the goal. We've passed the 20-minute mark. It's currently 0-0 here, but Gainsborough 2, Darlington 0. And Wigan are 2-0 up now away at Oxford United in League One. Here's Challoner picking up the pass from Horton, sends the ball into the penalty area. Crocombe just managed to collect it, despite just dropping it momentarily in front of Carver. Here's Salford knocking it around the back though now. Here's Toure, as him and Nottingham have switched sides again. Now it's with Hogan, captain, the defender. Now takes it up to the halfway line. Low ball in, only finding the head of Andy Teague. Teague with a clearance away. Nodded down this left-hand side here for Carver, but it's Toure. Carver was looking for a free kick there, but it comes out to Redshaw. Redshaw hits it over the bar from a good distance, from about 35 yards out. Jack Redshaw, and in the end it was always going to go over the bar. Didn't dip in time to test Irwin. And it still remains Salford City 0, Chorley 0 here on 102.8 Chorley FM in association with the Chorley FC Supporters Trust. Elsewhere though in the National League North, it's Spennymoor 2, FC United Manchester 0, and in the Premier League Southampton have taken the lead at home to Huddersfield by a goal to 0. Teague with a good header away, actually wins a free kick out of it as well, right on the halfway line. The referee's asking the ball to be taken a few yards back before Leather struck the free kick. This is Salford's first game here at home for 5 weeks, so they might be a bit rusty. Fans might be too. But here's Carver inside the penalty area, rolls it through. Oh, nearly got the ball through between Crocombe's legs to find Teague, but Crocombe did well. Carver managed to win a ball inside the area. Tried to play it back towards Andy Teague, who was waiting for it in the edge of the 6-yard box, but it is Salford immediately down on that far side, looking for a corner themselves, but instead it's going to be a goal kick, says the referee. Midway inside that first half, still goalless. Southport 0, Bradford Park Avenue 1. And I'll keep mentioning it, that's double header with Southport, the first game in around 20-25 years as you make it. You can tweet me as well at Magpies Live if you're listening and you know the exact last date there when we played at Southport in the league. Here's Carver though down the right hand side. Challoner's on the overlap. Challoner now used. Here plays the ball back and can't find Carver on the return. I only found the number 6 of Liam Hogan, but again this is brighter from Chorley this. Here's Andy Teague on the halfway line. And it's a good sliding challenge by Toure to win the ball off of Challoner. Salford have only lost 2 games all season, and both of them have come at home. And the opening day of the season against Darlington, and a 3-2 defeat by Leamington. That's going to be a throw-in right near the corner flag here as Carver wins the ball off of Toure's legs. It's thrown in, looking for Horton, but can't go quickly enough, and Salford play the lines at the back here through Richie Allen. Stephen Jordan plays the ball back, but he's giving it away here to Nottingham. He goes over the halfway line with it, but 2 players on him, including Dale Whittam, which wins the ball. It's sent forward again as Horton now has the ball here, turning the number 4 of Burton well here. Horton now trying to play it through here to Carver on the right hand side, but just over on the pass. Carver did chase it down, but in the end it just ran ahead of him off the greasy surface. And it's a goal kick for the home side. In the Premier League though, Manchester City 1, Bournemouth 0. But still 0-0 here at the Peninsula Stadium, as is now known, Moor Lane as it used to be called, but it's a very much different Moor Lane that from about 3 or 4 years ago, not even probably quicker than that. Another low ball through towards Walker, and the ball's headed up. Walker just couldn't quite get a toe on it before it went through to Crocombe. And it's back into his hands. Blythe Spartans have taken the lead as well at York City. York 0, Blythe 1. Here's Horton again here towards the penalty area. Oh, just couldn't get the ball with him. As it was a good tackle by Pejani. And now it's with Mafuta, corner of the penalty area. It's offside. It's Rich Allen. The flag raised very quickly there from the assistant. That's what you like to see. And I couldn't tell you if that was the right decision or not. Was where the position where we are right in the one side of the corner, and that was on the opposite side, on that far side. Yeah, York 0, Blythe 1, but still 0-0 here between these two sides. It's first against 9th. Salford leading this league by 9 points. Here's Andy Teague on the ball, gets it through to Walker ahead of him. 30 yards out though, finding O'Keefe. O'Keefe just managed to try and play the ball through to Carver. Got it right, but Carver just went one way and the ball went the other. And it's into the hands of Crocombe again. In that Salford City goal. Of course, we'll go through all the half-time score lines in around half an hour or so. There's the Horton looking for a free kick inside the centre circle, but nothing given. But Horton will pick up the loose pass again here for Chorley. Now through to O'Keefe just ahead of him. Now out wide this time for Blakeman, but Blakeman tried to take the ball with him. He's just lost the ball momentarily before rescuing it from going out on that far side touchline. Again, it's won back though by Salford momentarily, but it's through to Teague instead on the halfway line. Trying to beat Phoenix, and it's cleared away. It will be a Chorley throw-in right near the dugout on that far side. And as it still remains 0-0, Chorley have this throw through Blakeman. Looped up. Carver brings it down. It's just took a touch off the Salford man of Michael Nottingham just behind him. So it's another Chorley throw in. This time just trying to make a few yards down the line here. Blakeman again with his throw. Chested down by Walker, back to Blakeman. Nobody inside the penalty area apart from Marcus Carver for Chorley, but it allows Salford to clear the lines at the back. As quick as a flash, they look to mount a counter-attack, but Andy Teague stops that one in the tracks, and the ball's played back here to Irwin. Teague again. Just ahead of Irwin. It's Leather on this near side with a long ball forward, chested down easily by Piergianni to the number 3 of Ibu Toure. Back to Piergianni again. Just outside of the penalty area, here's number 6, the captain Liam Hogan. Now it's Toure into the halfway line now for Mafuta. Down this left-hand side for Toure now. Picking up the pass from Maynard. Maynard gets the ball back from Toure. Still inside the midfield at the moment for Salford. Now it's Mafuta. Rolls the ball through here to Redshaw. Redshaw played back here to Hogan. Still 40 yards out. The ball's sent through here to the right-hand side of the area for Allen. Bit of defending for Chorley to do here. But Allen crosses it in off the top of the head of Leather. Finding, is it Nick Horton there, just inside the penalty area. Again, played away by Challenger this time. And it comes down instead for Maynard. Maynard will find the ball at his feet. Mafuta now just outside the centre circle. Salford having the lion's share of possession, especially in this last 5 minutes. Here's Toure again. Looking to build it up from the wings. Here's Redshaw, cuts in field, played across the face of the penalty area. Comes out for Mafuta to hit it, and it's into the hands of Irwin. Again, it was on target this time from Salford as Mafuta drilled it right-footed towards that far corner. But it's, again, a good save as Irwin went down low to his left-hand side. To clutch hold of the ball. Long ball from him. Now it's with Carver. Chorley looking for a route one option here. Play back here to Challoner on the right-hand side. Crossed in. There's nobody there. It's an overhit cross in the end, and the ball is going to go out for a throw-in for Salford. Right on the far side. And it still remains Salford 0, Chorley 0. We just ticked over the half-hour mark. Well, the scorelines: Curzon Ashton 0, Stockport County 2, Spennymoor 2, FC United and Manchester 1, Tamworth 0, Leamington 1, Wigan 3-0 up now at Oxford United. And Kidderminster have taken a lead at home to Nuneaton by a goal to 0, and Brackley 0, Telford 1. Here's Dale Whittam though on the ball for Chorley in the midfield, but he's lost out there, and Teague has to play the ball back to Irwin with a back pass, and had to get some pace on it. Here's Leathered out, picking up the pass from Irwin. Now Carver just on the halfway line. It's going to be a foul there from behind. The referee gives the free kick, and a bit of a worry for Marcus Carver. He's still down injured here. The referee will allow the physio on or not. He's okay though. Carver is back up on his feet now. Took a breather. Still 0-0 then. And here's Chorley with the free kick just behind the halfway line for Andy T to take. Plays it short this time to Leather. Leather tried to find Marcus Carver, but Pierre Janney just steals in front of him and gets it through here to Redshaw. Redshaw on the target here. Redshaw to the edge of the area, but he's just tried to play the pass out wide. He's got big cut out there by Stephen Jordan, who manages to get the ball down the left-hand side of the touchline. That's with Horton. Play down the left here for O'Keefe. And now Walker on the left-hand side. It's been fouled there, surely. Referee has a look at it. It's played free kick. It's a goal! And Nick Horton has scored! The referee played on the advantage. And Horton has drilled it into the top of the goal. And he's given Chorley the lead here on 32 minutes. It's Salford 0, Chorley 1. A good advantage that by the referee, Stephen Copeland. It looked like Walker had been brought down. It was about to blow, and then he signalled play on. Horton picked it up just inside the area and beat Crocombe above his head. It's into the roof of the net. It's Salford 0, Chorley 1, and Nick Horton with the goal. The former Salford man gets the goal for Chorley. 32 minutes in. Yeah, as I say, that will really rile the Salford fans and the players off, because they've been controlling the game pretty much, but Chorley have taken the lead. Nick Horton with his 12th goal of the season so far for Chorley. And it's a good finish that into the roof of the net. And as we restart, ball's down the left-hand side here for Salford to attack, but Matt Challoner gets there first. Plays it back short here to Leathermouth. Hooks it upfield. There's Horton looking to get on the ball again here, but here's Salford with Burton now down the left, and a misplaced pass by about 30 yards has given Chorley the goal kick. So with about 12 minutes to go until half time. Salford 0, Chorley 1, Southport 0, Bradford 2 as well. As things are looking better already for the Boxing Day clash. Well, here's Chorley on the attack here, but it's been cut out by Nottingham from the hook pass by Whittam. It's brought down by Mafuta, and now it's a bit of a disarray from Salford as Mafuta played it out wide to absolutely nobody. And it's straight out for a throw-in for Chorley over on that far side, on right behind the halfway line. But they've given the ball away here, the Magpies, as do Salford. Whittam wins it back. And it's instead of Salford to get the possession again here and find Phoenix in the middle of the park. Here's Nottingham on the right-hand side. His pass was closed down. Bit of a cut and thrust game now. as Chorley win the ball back here for the great tackle. And Chorley looking to attack, but it's held back by Walker. That's found O'Keefe here on the halfway line. Walker again. Walker trying to take it around the halfway. That gets a free kick out of the little challenge from Nottingham. And it will be a frustration by Michael Nottingham as he chucks the ball up in the air. And it's going to be a free kick for Chorley, right on the halfway line. Nick Horton's goal, giving Chorley the lead. The goal all came from the work from Jason Walker on the left-hand side, and he was fouled, but the referee elected to play on. He manages to squeeze the ball through to Horton, and Horton with a great finish into the roof of the net from about 12 yards out. Here's Piagiani though to hook the ball up for Salford to clear his lines, and only finding Scott Leather on now. The ball's through here to Carver. Carver, the goalkeeper, and scores his second goal! Marcus Carver went through one-on-one. And Marcus Carver doubles Chorley's lead here. 37 minutes in. It's Salford 0, Chorley 2. Well, that all come from a mistake, that from Salford's back line, and they were stuck static as the ball played through. 37. Oh, couldn't tell you. And it all come from a quick as a flash, and Chorley doubling the lead and doubling the money. Marcus Carver's not scored a goal of late, apart from the goal against Fleetwood. FA Cup, that's his first goal, but it's a bit of a meal and a hard pill to swallow that for Salford City. 2-0 down and about 7 or 8 minutes to go until half time. That's Chorley in dreamland at the moment. 2-0 up against the league leaders as Mafuta wins the ball on that far side, played away, and it's a shank into the stand on that far side by Liam Hogan. Gives the ball away again for Chorley, and Chorley will have a throw in over on that far side. It's played back this time as O'Keefe heads the ball back out wide. Comes off the top of the head this time of Blakeman. It's going to be a throw in for the home side here. Other scorelines to tell about: York 1, Blythe 2 now. Well, Chorley's performance last week against Marine, the FA Trophy, was poor, but this one, okay, he's not had the lion's share of possession, but the finishing has been quality. It's rather interesting as well. 1 point to make this Richie Allen. Allen will take the ball down the right-hand side, finds Nottingham all that fast. It gets a cross in, it's into the hands of Verwin at the near post, goes down with the ball. Lets it to waste a few seconds maybe, but just to prove a point. Yeah, it's interesting that Carver actually finished a low to the goalkeeper's left, rather than at midriff height. You know, if you've seen Marcus Carver in recent games, he tries to go through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he tries to hook the ball over the goalkeeper, but instead, Crocombe being chased down by Marcus Carver, and Salford City all of a sudden in complete disarray here. Surely have a throw in. Oh, Ibu Toure and Jason Walker going squaring up with each other momentarily, but here's a throw in for Chorley, right in a good position in a deep line. Here's Leather. Leather can't win the ball off the top of the legs of Allen. Can't control it well. It's going to be a throw in for Salford City instead. 5.5 minutes to go then in this first half. Salford 0, Chorley 2. Chorley 9th in the table against the league leaders. And, as Horton picked up the ball, the referee's whistle went for a Salford free kick, and Piagiani plays it quickly out towards the far side here for Nottingham. Oh, skips past two players and skips over the legs of Whittam and gets around Horton as well. And now it's found Toure with the ball down this left-hand side. Toure now to Matafa again. Mafuta picks up 1-2. And a bit of a challenge there by O'Keefe. And the referee's given the free kick here for Salford City. It was a Mafuta went one side and O'Keefe went in the other. And it's a free kick for Salford, about 35 yards out and down to the left-hand side. And finally, the Salford fans behind the goal on our right-hand side have woken up. And it's a free kick which will be taken, I think, by the number 3 of Toure. Chorley 2-0 up then, 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Instead it's going to be Richie Allen to hit it right-footed towards the back post. And it does come off the top of the head of the Chorley man, says the referee. And it looked like the Salford player had headed it out of play. But Salford have a 4th corner of the game instead. It's corner taken on that far side then. Swung in towards goal, and the header, oh, it's wide in the end. It's whether he got a header onto it, Michael Nottingham, but it's gone wide of the far post. And it's a goal kick for Chorley. I think the referee's getting bombarded by 2 or 3 Chorley players at why that was a corner. From our position, and we're a good pitch length away from where the corner went out. It looked like it come off the top of the head of the Salford player after it was headed on by Stephen Jordan. Anyway, nevertheless, it's Salford 0, Chorley 2, 3.5 minutes to go of the 45. Piergiani wins the header. Let's get it through instead to Maynard, and now for Nottingham. Hooks the ball over the top. Slip past for Richie Allen now down the right hand side. Here's Phoenix. Phoenix drills the ball in, and it's Irwin again into his hands. And Salford by no means dead and buried just yet. But Chorley with this lead. Here's Irwin to roll the ball out ahead of him. Looking for Walker to jump up, but it's against Piergiani, and there's only got to be one winner in that challenge. But Chorley win the ball back here as Whitton plays the ball over the top here, headed back to his own goalkeeper there by the number 6 of Hogan. Max Crocombe sends the ball along down the right hand side, headed infielder on that far side, and it's brought down by Redshaw, now finding Toure on the left hand side here, up against Challoner, back to Redshaw again, bit of space, Redshaw takes it towards the penalty area, rolls the ball through, but it's blocked again inside the area, and Toure will find the number 4 this time, Burton, swung in, also towards the far side, the offside flag goes up, and it will be a free kick for Chorley inside their own penalty area. Elsewhere, Southport 0, Bradford Park Avenue 3, Spennymoor 3, FC United and Manchester 1, and it's Tamworth 0, Leamington 2. That's a good result that for Chorley if things stay the same. Tamworth just above the Magpies in the table. Nuneaton down to 10 men in their game at Kidderminster as well. Darlington as well, 2-0 down at Gainsborough and as well down to 10 men. But the main scoreline of the day, of course, Salford City 0, Chorley 2. And as the long ball goes towards the path of Redshaw, Redshaw gets on the ball here towards the left-hand side of the 6-yard box. A great tackle this time by Scott Leather. Leather with an expert tackle. Or is it O'Keefe? Well, no idea. It's one of the. It's again Salford trying to play the ball into the penalty area, hooked away, comes down on the head of Maynard, and away again. This time was O'Keefe with the header, up towards Carver. Carver tries to play it back here to Walker on the right hand side. Bit of a shank clearance, but Walker will find Carver instead, up against Piergiani, and Carver will chase down the goalkeeper. Piergiani urged Crocombe to collect the ball, and it's out towards the far side now for Salford City. Infield to Phoenix, now to Mafuta. Out wide here for Toure. Quick passing here from the Manchester club. And so sent it to the penalty area. Oh, the header comes off the back of the Teague. And a chance from Phoenix. Phoenix inside the penalty area. Still not cleared by Chorley. and it is eventually up towards Horton, and Horton will find Carver, and he's onside here, Marcus Carver, but he just can't quite get the ball. It's out towards Crocombe instead. I couldn't tell you how many minutes were added on, but it doesn't matter, we're into them now. As the ball's back again here for Maynard. And now to Toure on the left-hand side. Ooh, and a strong challenge by Redshaw, by Burton. And that's up against Dale Whittam, that could be, there should be at least a card, that, from the referee. Dale Whittam's down, rolling around the floor. As we wait to find out if the referee is going to do anything here for the number 4, that's Scott Burton. So talking to at least. Should be at least a yellow card, that, for the challenge. It is indeed, as I say, a yellow card for the Salford City number 4. Stoke City 2, West Brom 0. That's where we'll go through all the half-time scorelines in about 5 or 6 minutes' time. Nuneaton were down to 10 men, but they're now down to 9 men at Kidderminster areas. Kidderminster 1, Nuneaton 0. So a free kick for Chorley midway in their own half on this right-hand side. And Matt Irwin will take this one. 2 goals inside 5 minutes for Chorley. Should have going to send Chorley 2-0 up into the half-time break. Nick Horton and Marcus Carver. Irwin takes this kick then eventually now. Flicked on here, and now it's in towards Walker. Walker was onside there, surely, but he's missed the target anyway. But the flag went up very quickly. There's no time for anything else in this first half. And that's a really good half for Chorley in terms of the scoreline. 2 goals it is, one from Nick Horton on 32 minutes. As the referee expertly played on, and Horton inside the area, lashed the ball above Crocombe into the roof of the net, and then 5 minutes later Marcus Carver sent through, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Very rarely scores when he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but this time played it low down the right hand side, and it doubled Chorley's lead. And that's how it is at half time here. Magpies Live 102.8 Chorley FM here at the Peninsula Stadium. It's Salford City 0, Chorley 2. 10 seconds. Yes, welcome back to Magpies Live here, 102.8 Chorley FM. Let's go through some half-time scorelines here. Start with the Premier League and the one early kick-off, which was the 12:30 one, which is finished Everton 0, Chelsea 0. It's currently half-times then. Brighton 0, Watford 0, Manchester City 1, Bournemouth 0, Southampton 1, Huddersfield 0, Stoke City 2, West Brom 0, Swansea 0, Crystal Palace 0, West Ham 1, Newcastle United 1. In the Championship then, half-times, Bolton Wanderers 0, Cardiff 0, Derby 3, Millwall 0, Fulham 0-0 with Barnsley, Leeds 1, Hull 0, Preston 0-0, Deepdale with Nottingham Forest, QPR 1, Bristol City 0, Reading 0, Burton 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 up against Middlesbrough, Sunderland 1, Birmingham 1, it's Wolves 1, Ipswich 0. In League 1, early kick-off for the 2 o'clock one was Northampton 1, Blackburn Rovers 1, that's a full-time result now. Half-times though, it's AFC Wimbledon 1, Bradford City 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Doncaster 1, Charlton 1-0 up against Blackpool, Oxford United 0, Wigan 3, Peterborough 1, Bury 0, Plymouth 2-0 up against Oldham, Rochdale 0, Walsall 0, Rotherham 2-1 up against Milton Keynes Dons, Scunthorpe 1, Southend 1, and as well Shrewsbury 0-0 with Portsmouth. In League 2, current Accrington Stanley 1, Chorley Town 3, Barnet 0, Cheltenham 2, Colchester 1, Port Vale 0, Crewe 0, Swindon 3, Forest Green Rovers 0, Carlisle 1, Luton 1, Grimsby 0, Mansfield 1-0 up against Morecambe as well, Newport 0, Lincoln City 0, Notts County 0, Cambridge United 1, Stevenage 3-1 up against Chesterfield, and it's Yeovil 1, Exeter 0 in the South West Derby. In the National League North then, Alfreton 0, Boston United 2, Brackley 0, Telford 1, Curzon Ashton 0, Stockport County 1, Gainsborough 2, 10 men of Darlington 0, Harrogate Town 1, North Ferriby United 0, Kidderminster Harriers 1, the 9 men of Nuneaton 0, it's Salford 0, Chorley 2 of course as we know, Southport 0, Bradford Park Avenue 3, Spennymoor 3, FC United and Manchester 1, and it's Tamworth 0, Leamington 2, and finally York City 1, Blythe Spartans 2. Alright, here at the Peninsula Stadium, the second half will be coming up live here on Magpies Live on 102.8 Chorley FM and throughout the web on our Chorley FC Supporters Trust page and through YouTube as well. Out of time currently here thanks to goals from Nick Horton and Marcus Carver has made it Salford 0, Chorley 2. 10 seconds. Yes, welcome back to Magpies Live here, 102.8 Chorley FM in association with the Chorley FC Supporters Trust. And we're live here at the Peninsula Stadium for this second half, where Chorley are leading the league leaders by 2-0. Nick Horton and Marcus Carver, the goal scorers, giving Chorley the half-time lead of 2 goals. Let's see if they can improve on that in this second half, or whether Salford City can come back into the game. Both teams are out on the pitch and we're all ready to go. The no changes for either side, and the referee Stephen Copeland checking his numbers. So the two lineups then, as you were: Matt Irwin in goal, Matt Challoner, Adam Blakeman, Andy T, the captain, Scott Leather, Stephen Jordan, Nick Horton, Dale Witter, Marcus Carver, Jason Walker and Josh O'Keefe. And here's an early free kick for Chorley from kick-off. As Mafuta has got in on Horton, is it? Yeah, it is. And referee's having a word with the captain, Liam Hogan. And there's been one yellow card already, and that was Scott Burton for Salford. But it's no further cards for the Salford men. It's Max Crocombe in goal for Salford, Michael Nottingham, Ibu Toure, Scott Burton, Cal Pigiani, Liam Hogan, Gus Mafuta, Lois Maynard, Mike Phoenix, Jack Redshaw and Richie Allen. Here's Teague with the free kick, rolled short on his left hand side now for Jordan. And Jordan can't get his ball through towards Nick Horton on the left hand side. It's cannoned away off of Stephen Jordan again, and here's Michael Nottingham now further upfield on his near side, played back, crossed in, headed away by Scott Leather. Had to be, really. And Redshaw behind him from inside the penalty area. And here's Hogan again on the side, looking to get a ball into the penalty area again, and they're swept away this time by Andy Teague. Horton just shirts out of a challenge, and here's Nottingham. There's a penalty area, shout of a handball there on Stephen Jordan. I think he survives that one, and it's going to be a throw-in instead for Salford City. A very frantic start here for the two sides in this second half. As here is a throw-in for Salford City. Now Michael Nottingham, who scored in the previous two fixtures between these two sides, to take his throw. That's already gone out surely, but the ball's into the penalty area, looking for a penalty. The referee swaves it away, and the ball sent in again. That's gone out of play. That's onto the roof of the net from the cross on the left-hand side. Well, a bit of a heart-in-mouth moment. You certainly don't want to concede very early on in the second half, but 2 minutes into the second half, still remains Salford 0, Chorley 2. And of course, as ever, we'll keep you up to date with all the other scorelines. Elsewhere, there's a goal in the Premier League. West Brom have got a goal back there at the Britannia Stadium. Stoke City 0, Stoke City 2, West Bromwich Albion 1. And here's Matt Irwin then to take this goal kick upfield, and it's up towards Horton, but it's headed back away from the Salford man of Pigiani behind him. It's played back to Matt Irwin with the back pass. Has to play it first time, this time for Blakeman. Blakeman will find a man on that left-hand side into the penalty area, and Crocombe catches that one under no pressure. A bit with ease from Jason Walker. It's off towards the far side now. Instead here for Toure, who played well in the first half, looking for space on the left-hand side. This time he cuts in field and tries to get the ball through instead to the number 8 of Maynard, but it's out of play. It's off the Salford man. It will be a throw-in for Chorley, right in front of the Salford dugout on that far side. Played up this time by Challoner. Now it's looking for Walker, who concedes the free kick this time. Right on that far side touchline. It's between him and Pigiani, which Pigiani stands about 6 inches above Jason Walker. And both of them jump for the same ball, but it's a free kick for Salford City, just outside the penalty area on the left-hand side. West Ham 1, Newcastle 2. Morecambe have equalised as well away at Mansfield in League 2. And this result might just set Chorley up for the Boxing Day and New Year's Day clashes between Southport, against Southport. But here's Michael Nottingham, but he showed too much of the ball for Stephen Jordan. He hooks the ball away, and Carver looking to latch onto it instead. And Walker tries to get there as well, but it's picked up this time by Burton. And towards Hogan, and Horton plays the ball through to Mafuta. Now it's with 2 around the left-hand side. Might be an onslaught here from Salford. The ball centred into the penalty area again. Teague with an upward header, and it's a way out for a throw-in on the far side. Salford attacking the goal to our right-hand side this second half now. In front of their own fans behind the goal. It wasn't segregated this afternoon, but Chorley decided to stay in the behind the goal on the left. As they are in this second half, here's Hogan again. As the ball comes all the way back to him at the back line. Play forward, but it's given away this time instead by Challoner. Now it's played over towards the far side, crossed in, Teague with the header downwards. Unfortunately, just managed to get the ball away as Horton brings it forward. Now with Challoner forward here towards Walker. Right, so back to the halfway line. And it does go down eventually, but lost his cause then. And again, here's Redshaw, right hand side of the area. Redshaw played it. Oh, it's Ubutu right, but comes back again here for Walker. Chorley with the backs to the wall job now, surely here. As the ball's back again here for Etchi Allen on the left hand side. Closed out though, has to play the ball back in field here for Maynard. And now it's with Nottingham. Nottingham floating the ball in from the cross, and it's away again. It comes down for Allen. Played it back, but he's giving it away to Horton. Horton sweeps the ball away down the right hand side. Anyway, will do for now for Chorley, because they're having to withstand a lot of pressure immediately in this second half. But here's Horton on the ball, he's trying to shoot, but in the end he's got it all wrong. But he's managed to find Marcus Carver here, 20 yards out, central on goal, through into Walker, turns inside the penalty area, and they saved somehow Black Crocombe. Walker just couldn't quite get a shot away as he turned one player inside the area, but it's out for a throw-in. Oh, this is going to be a cracking second half if things have shown their head at the moment in the 6 minutes of the opening minutes of the second half. And rather worryingly, Matty Irwin is down on his backside here. On the bench for Chorley this afternoon, Adam Roscoe, Ian Black, Matty Hughes, Jake Cottrell and Dan Mooney. And Matt Irwin is going to get some treatment here from the physio. Can't see it being time wasting so soon in the second half, but anyway, Harrogate have doubled the lead at home to North Ferriby United. It's Oxford 0, Wigan 4. Spennymoor 4, FC United and Manchester 1. Manchester City 2-0 up against Bournemouth at home. Tamworth 0, Leamington 3. And Accrington have got a goal back as well against Crawley Town. Accrington 2, Crawley 3 now. It's Matt Irwin is okay to continue. He's just pacing his edge of his penalty area. And it's a throw in for Chorley on that far side. Challoner plays it long with a throw, but it's played back again to Challoner from Horton. That's back again. Cleared away onto the roof of the stand. And it's another Chorley throw. Again over on that far side in the same position. Thrown in to the feet of Whittam, and it's away again and out for another throw for Chorley. Chorley just have to keep Salford in their own half, because they've been very dangerous in the opening 8 minutes of the second. The execution just a little bit lacking there for the little knock ball through by Carver, but in the end it's gone back into the hands of Max Crocombe. On the bench for Salford City this afternoon, Daniel Livesey, no relation, Mark Shelton, Anthony Dudley, Manny D. Servway and Josh Askew. There's a fog is starting to come down a little bit more now. As Sandy Teague hooks the ball up over the top. Nottingham with the ball down, but he only finds Marcus Carver. Now it's back to Blakeman again. Now Carver inside the left-hand side of the area. Fades the ball across the goal. A third goal for Chorley. A third goal. Who is it? Is it Whittam? Well, Chorley in absolute dreamland here. 3-0 up against the league leaders. O'Keefe. Was it O'Keefe? I think it was O'Keefe. Well, the right place at the right time for Josh O'Keefe. Carver slid the ball down the left-hand side of the penalty area, across the face of goal. Salford 0, Chorley 3. 54 minutes in here at the Peninsula Stadium.
Goal for Chorley, scored by number 11, Josh O'Keefe.
Well, they scored an all goal last week, but this week it's a very different story. Chorley 3-0 up here. Salford have never been 3-0 down here at the Peninsula Stadium this season. They were beaten by Darlington on the opening day, and then they defeated by Leamington in October. Undefeated away though, that's why their league position means so much, because they're at the top of the table. But with Harrogate Town leading by 2-0 as well, I believe will be cut maybe this afternoon. Here's a throw-in though for Salford City. Keith McIntosh, hello, just tuned in at the right time there. Brewing a Chorley cake he's got as well, so enjoy, have one for me, as Chorley leading Salford City by 3-0 here, and 56 minutes into the game. It's going to be a change here for Salford as they look to rejuvenate the side at the moment, but play will continue. It's a throw-in for Chorley, and Whittam leaves that one, and it's cleared away. Here's Michael Nottingham up to the halfway line, up against Adam Blakeman. He bypasses him easily, and gets the ball out wide here for Allen. And it's in all towards the far side for Toure. Toure looks to get a crossing. It's come off the shins of Dale Whittam, as the throwing comes from Salford, but the referee will allow the change to go ahead here. And it's the number 7 of Gus Mafuta who will be coming off for Mark Shelton, is it, I think? Well, all the noise is coming from the Chorley fans on the left-hand side.
Salford City replacing number 7, Gus Mafuta, is number 17, Josh Askew.
Oh, Josh Askew has come on. Bit of a stoppage in play from the referees. He checked something out, but there you go. It's going to be a throw-in 25 yards out on that far side for Salford. Now it's thrown in here to Maynard. Played back to Pergiani on the halfway line. High ball over the top, headed down by Challoner. Finds the legs of Whittam and managed to control it. Played it forward. Cleared away by Hogan. Now it's out towards that far side. It's Salford on the attack here. Played down the left-hand side of the area, but it's gone out of play. And it will be a Chorley goal kick here. 3-0. Nick Horton opened the scoring for Chorley on 32 minutes as he latched onto the ball from Walker and fired it into the roof of the net. And then 5 minutes after that, Marcus Carver on 37 minutes. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. And you usually bank on the goalkeeper in them sort of situation, but this time he kept it low and tucked it into the far corner to give Chorley a 2-0 lead at half-time. But then Josh O'Keefe turning home, and Marcus Carver cross. 9 minutes into the second half, giving Chorley a 3-0 lead here away from home just before Christmas. It's a poor clearance, but Stephen Jordan's there to head the ball back to Matt Irwin from the edge of the D. Jingle bells, jingle bells. So what fun it is to see Chorley winning away. Can't say won yet. Oh, there's a bit of a mistake here. And Carver's there! And that's going to be 4, is it? Oh, it's off the line! And it's onto the roof of the net. Carver just headed it off the ball in front of the goalkeeper. He was stranded there. It was going into the back of the net until a last-ditch clearance from Salford man right on that goal line. rescuing Salford. That could have very easily been 4. It was a poor back pass from the Salford man. And there's a man down. It's in Salford's colours, I think, right on the goal line. He put his body on the line there, definitely the Salford player. Was it Hogan? Trying to work out who it was that put the ball away, but, well, Chorley with the chances, Salford with the possession. Matt Irwin has had very little to do in the Chorley goal, but it's going to be a first corner of the game here for Chorley. 60 minutes in, Chorley have a corner on that far side. And I think it's going to be Blakeman, left-footed, pinged in towards the back post. Oh, that's nearly flashed wide, straight from the corner. Whether somebody got a header onto it, but Crocombe nowhere near it, and it nearly got turned in at the far post. Adam Blakeman nearly scored straight from the corner. Oh, this is looking a lot better from Chorley. Crocombe with the ball down the right hand side this time, only finding the head of Whittam. Walker hooks the ball over the top again, looking for Carver again. But it's took a header out wide on that far side by Hogan this time for Toure. Toure takes it forward, played forward by Richie Allen. It's going to be a free kick for Salford. Phoenix went down under the slight niggles of challenges, but from Josh O'Keefe. Salford 0, Chorley 3. Other goals elsewhere, I'll tell you about in a moment. That free kick comes in towards the back post and it's over everybody inside the penalty area and out for a goal kick themselves. Brighton 1, Watford 0 in the Premier League. Swansea 0, Crystal Palace 1. Oxford United 0, Wigan 6. Now in League 1. Kidderminster double the lead at home to 9-man Nuneaton. Alfreton 2, Boston 2. Boston were 2-0 up in that game. Southport 0, Bradford 3, as we know. Spennymoor 4, FC United, Manchester 2. And that's about it for the scorelines. Morecambe 1-1 still at Mansfield. Accrington still 3-2 trailing at home to Crawley Town. Preston 0, Nottingham Forest 1 as well. Bolton 0, Cardiff 0. Southampton 1, Huddersfield 1 now. That goal for Huddersfield goes in. Salford being urged off by their fans here. Here's Toure on that touchline, looking to get around Challoner, and the referee buys into another free kick again. Toure, oh, he's pulled Challoner by the throat there. And that's not the first time Toure's done that. But the referee, Stephen Copeland, is not having any of it. In fact, he just sets the ball down here for the Salford City free kick here, 35 yards out on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Toure will take the free kick here for Salford, left-footed. It's Teague with a good header. He deflected it out wide. Here's Blakeman, manages to keep it in play and finds Carver as well, right on the halfway line. And Carver beats Askew off to his left-hand side. Carver still going down the left here, has to hold it up, cuts in field here to the left-hand side of the area, but there's a man there back here for Salford to rescue his back line, and he plays it across here, and Chorley looking to burst forward instead. O'Keefe nearly won the ball, and surely O'Keefe is fouled there by Richie Allen. His ball's played on here as Phoenix gets the ball through here to Maynard on the left-hand side of the area. Up against Challoner. It's Red Short. And now it's back here to Toure. They run into a bit of cul-de-sac there, Salford, but there's the ball going out. No, it hasn't. Here's Toure again with a cross. Good take back by Irwin. But not a real challenge there from the Salford front line. If you're a Salford fan in this game, you'll be worrying now. Chorley 3-0 up here, away from home, just before Christmas against the league leaders. Crocombe with a hack of a clearance away. And it's out for a throw-in for Chorley. As I say, on the bench for Chorley, Adam Roscoe, Ian Black, Matty Hughes, Jake Cottrell, and new loanee signing Dan Mooney. It's a throw in for Chorley here on this left-hand side. Blakeman will take it, and he's got looking for options. Plays it back here to Teague. Teague delivers the ball into the corner of the penalty area. It comes down here for O'Keefe, wins the header on that far side, and it's into the hands of Crocombe though. Manages to take it well. Well, Chorley could have been 4-0 up here had that ball not been cleared off the line by the Salford City man. From Carver's header when he beat the goalkeeper to the ball. Teague has to clear it away. Finds the feet of Whittam. Played in field here to O'Keefe. And now it's with Walker on that right hand side. Played back again to Whittam in his first start for a few weeks. A lovely turn by Carver, manages to burst past his man. Carver throw, goal! Oh, it's lifted it over the bar. Marcus Carver. And, well, we said the first goal that he scored, well, the only goal he scored in the game, and he kept it low. This time he lifted it, looking for the corner of the top. And in the end, it's gone into the Chorley fans behind the goal. Harrogate Town 3, North Ferriby 0. Interestingly for Salford that, as they'll close the gap if things stay the same to 6 points just before Christmas. And it's West Ham 2, Newcastle 3 now. Gainsborough 2, 10 men of Darlington have scored against Gainsborough. Gainsborough 2, Darlington 1, and it's a Salford throw in here though, as it still remains Salford 0, Chorley 3 on 66 minutes. Nottingham with this throw. Back to Nottingham again from Askew. Nottingham looking to burst into the midfield. Gets it through to Maynard. Maynard on that far side. The referee couldn't keep up with the offside there, but the ball sent in as Toure gets the ball in. Headed down by Jordan. And it's played over the top by Hogan. Smashed over the bar. And sorry, by Burton it was, the number 4. And it still remains Salford 0, Chorley 3. Hint of an attack there by Salford, but Chorley, the back 5 sitting very, very firm at the moment. There's going to be a change, is there, I think? No, it's not. It's left to Matt Irwin to deliver this goal kick then out wide to the right-hand side. Comes down for Horton. It's back again here to Michael Nottingham with a bit of space. Up against Whittam on the halfway line, but he's giving the ball away, Nottingham, to Josh O'Keefe. Lovely chest down, lovely flick through by Horton. And now looking for Carver down the left-hand side of the penalty area. Has to hold the ball up though, looking for reinforcements. And wins the ball with a good crunching tackle on Askew. The referee allows it. Blakeman crosses it in here. Offside flag would have gone up anyway. It had anybody in blue shirt gone on the ball. It was looking for Walker, I think it was, on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Goal, Curzon Ashton 1, Stockport County 1 now. And an equaliser there for Curzon Ashton. Here's Maynard on the ball. And he's lost out to his opposite, number 8 here for Whittam. Back to Whittam again with the 1-2 from Scott Levitt. Andy T plays it long. And it's Horton that's giving the ball this time to Redshaw. Now it's with Nottingham. Here looking for Redshaw here on this near side touchline up against Stephen Jordan. Plays the ball back to Nottingham. Nottingham crossed in into the hands of Irwin again. And rather comfortable this for Chorley at the back line. Nottingham and Toure have been putting crosses in all afternoon, but Matt Irwin in the back line have been really good at claiming that one. Long ball this time from Irwin. As Chorley looking to win it back, and a challenge, a scissor challenge by Whittam. It's fortunate just to concede the free kick instead of picking up a yellow card, but the free kick is taken quickly here. Now that for Richie Allen on that far side. Now finds Toure on the left hand side, crossed in over everybody inside the penalty area, and Blakeman hooks the ball over his head, gets it anywhere, and it's out wide here for a throw-in for Salford City. Dale Whittam is down on his backside here. There's going to be another change for Salford City. Now it's the number 9 of Mike Phoenix. He will be coming off. No changes as yet for Chorley though. It's actually a double change here for Salford City. Jack Redshaw, the star man for Salford, has been taken off as well for Manny Deserveway. The tall centre forward from Kidderminster, signed in August. So all 3 substitutes have been used for Salford. Manny Deserve, as I've been told by the announcer, but okay, it's a very very hard spelling. But Chorley are making their change here, and is it Dale Whittam that's come off? It is for Jake Cottrell come on 70 minutes. Dale Whittam did everything there, just got caught out. Terrible that by Burton. Received the throw in from Nottingham. Nottingham looking for the ball, and Burton played it about 5 yards behind him to concede the throw in here for Chorley. Well, they've given the ball away, Chorley though, as here's Richie Allen. Allen plays the ball back again. Here's Allen out down the right hand side, looking for Nottingham. Good little steal by Stephen Jordan, and Blakeman takes it forward here. Now for Walker on the halfway line. Been closed out there by 2 players, and here's Dudley, the substitute. Gets forward here, gets the ball out wide this time for Askew. Oh, it's over the bar. Poor cross from the man on that far side. And it's still Salford City 0, Chorley 3. Spennymoor 4, FC United Manchester 3. Now making a bit of a fight back of it. FC United up there in the northeast. Spennymoor were 4-1 up in that game. Chorley still leading here by 3-0 thanks to goals from Horton, Carver and O'Keefe. But they've had a bit of an onslaught in the second half. Broken up by that goal by O'Keefe. But they've defended well. Here's Askew. Now gets the ball through to Nottingham on this near side with a crossfield ball. Nottingham takes it on, up to the halfway line. Under no pressure apart from Nick Horton, which forces him to play the ball back to Askew now. It's with Richie Allen on this near side touchline now. Cuts past Cottrell, gets the ball through to Hogan. Now to Burn. Now with Pirjani. A few Salford players in red forward here, and one of them's on that far side. Again, the assistant not really keeping up with the play at the moment. The ball's hacked away and chested down by O'Keefe, but Pirjani steals in and wins the ball on that far side. Crossed in low, cut out low by Leather. Teague with the clearance away up to the feet of Cottrell. And now Chorley can maybe break here. Here's Horton. Oh, he slips on the ball though, and one back by Carver, by Blakeman to Carver. And there's a bit of a challenge there. Oh, and now, well, Scott Burton is off here. Straight red card for the foul on Carver, as the referee gave the free kick, compounding the matters for Salford City. They themselves are now down to 10 men. Scott Burton, straight red card for him for pulling Marcus Carver back by the neck right on the halfway line. And Salford down to 10 men. So on 73 minutes. Scott Burton sent off. Oh, they're singing his name, Super Scotty Burton, but I find that a bit dubious. Right decision by the referee, but it is going to be a free kick for Salford. I never find the reasoning behind that, because it was a foul after the whistle. Are we always cheat inside? No, I don't think so. Never mind, if it gets you points, who cares? Here's a free kick for Salford, and on the halfway line taken down the left-hand side, looking for Piergianni. Comes back to him from the half clearance. It's with Richie Allen. Hook ball into the penalty area. Salford looking for half-hearted appeals for a penalty, but Matt Challoner clears the ball away. Now here's Horton, just behind the halfway line. Low ball down the right-hand side here. Carver might just get on the end of it. He takes it with Crocombe down to the far side. Barley has gone out of play for a goal kick for Salford City. 15.5 minutes to go in this game. Salford 0, Chorley 3. Salford down to 10 men. Spennymoor 4, FC United 4 now. Preston North End have equalised as well at Deepdale. Preston 1, Nottingham Forest 1, and Boston have gone back in front at Alfreton. Boston 3-2 up. Now at Alfreton Town. Here's O'Keefe winning the header. Cleared away by Allen. It's out for a throw for Chorley. It will be an unjust thing if Chorley were to concede in this game, because they've been really solid at the back this afternoon. Salford very rarely score. Well, they very rarely don't score. There's the ball on that far side, and it's for Chorley to attack. It's going to be a Salford throw. Salford have the best defensive record. Chorley with the second best defensive record. It's interesting that. But Salford, unless they concede again, Chorley will have the best defence as the ball's in. Again down the left-hand side for Salford, taken forward by Askey. Next found Dudley. Played back on towards that far side now for Toure. Toure crosses in, takes the deflection. Out wide out for a throw for Salford City. Salford are also top of the table, but the top of the form table as well. In the last 8 games, they've got 21 points, and it's a shank clearance by Chorley, but Maynard couldn't get a clear shot on goal, and now it's with, on that far side, it's with Walker. Walker allowed to play on here. Walker has to either hold the ball up or go alone himself. Instead finds Blakeman. Blakeman then left-footed, ball in, over the bar, over Gosbar. He always was rising that, but Chorley had a chance then for maybe Walker to just go on ahead, but a lack of pace, maybe just stopping him. Cries out that Salford are definitely top for a reason. If the form side, if they've got the best defence in the league, they've got the second best home record, and they've got the best away record. But to date, they've been so far undone by Chorley. It's a free kick conceded by Josh O'Keefe on the halfway line on Liam Hogan. There's 12.5 minutes to go in this game of the 90. Salford have a free kick then taken into the penalty area. Looking for Maynard, who heads it out wide. And it's Challoner to sweep it up at the back on that far side. Comes down for Horton. Horton played long, and it's offside from Marcus Carver, who's never going to get to the ball anyway. And it's going to be a free kick instead for Salford. There's going to be another change for Chorley later on. Is it Stephen Jordan, is it being called off? We'll find out when the ball goes up. Well, as soon as we see sight of the board, it's Jason Walker who will be coming off for Matty Hughes.
Substitute for Chorley in place of number 10, Jason Walker. Is number 15, Matty Hughes.
So Jason Walker's had a good game. He set up the first goal for Chorley. As the ball comes into that Chorley penalty area again, and Chorley again get it away, this time through Blakeman, who plays it out of defence. And offside again by Marcus Carver, who's right on the halfway line. Whether that's a correct decision or not, we don't know. Where we are is in one corner of the ground as the ball comes in. It's off the top of the head of Leather, and it goes out for a throw-in for Salford City. Manchester City take a 3-0 lead as well at home. And a ball goal and a chance from Deserve, but Andy Teague is down injured here. The ball came floating in on the left-hand side. Teague and Deserve jumped for it at the same time, but Teague is okay. Deserve did head the ball over the crossbar, but that's a shade of a chance for Salford. Oxford United 0, Wigan 7. Now in League One. Pidgiani with their header down has found Richie Allen on the halfway line. It's out wide here for Dudley. Play back again, and it's headed clearance away by Stephen Jordan, and it's a ball in. It's into the hands of Irwin, and it's a lot of Salford fans leaving the ground now. They've seen enough. 10 minutes to go in the game. Salford City 0, Chorley 3. Matt Irwin elects to roll the ball out this time for Scott Leather on the right hand side. Fog is getting thicker now. Taken down by Hughes, but in the end it's cleared away, and it's only as far as Blakeman here behind the halfway line. To Stephen Jordan, who cuts past Dudley like he wasn't there, and now he's played it over the top here looking for Hughes on the right hand side of the penalty area. Toure is there to clear it away into the stand, and it's a throw in for Chorley, and it still remains 3-0 here on Magpies Live. Meanwhile, Gainsborough 3, Darlington 1. A rearranged game at Gainsborough that's taking place on a Tuesday evening away at the end of January. The postponed fixture from 3 weeks ago against Kidderminster, that's or 2 weeks ago against Kidderminster, that's a Tuesday night on the 9th of January. It's a Chorley corner on the far side. And it's going to be Adam Blakeman, is it again? Now they're going to take it short this time, are they? Just trying to keep the ball into that corner flag area. When it is going to be Blakeman. It's very foggy over there on that corner, but Chorley looking to swing the ball into the near post, caught well by Crocombe this time. Safe hands from him this time. And he's bowled it out wide onto this near side here for Hogan. Now his centre ball in has eventually got the way through here to Allen on that far side, and now he's finding his man on that far side. It's hooked ball in, and it's away and out for a Salford City throw right over on that far side. In line with the penalty, or in line with us as we look at it. Oh, it's given away this time. Horton. Oh, but he's just trying to find Hughes on the overlap, but lost the possession. Carver is staying up front on his own over there. Here's Michael Nottingham up against Adam Blakeman, but again Nottingham with a shade better fitness gets the ball around him. Oh, it's Teague who clears it into the feet of Nottingham, and another shot. Oh, it's hit the post this time. From Richie Allen, is it? No, it's from Maynard, who hit the ball from 25 yards out. And there's going to be a free kick here for Salford on the left-hand channel. It's a yellow card, is it? Against Matt Challoner. Yellow card for him. And it's another change here for Chorley in a moment. Nick Horton is coming off for Adam Roscoe on 84 minutes. Manchester City 4, Bournemouth 0, meanwhile in the Premier League. Nick Horton, scorer of the first goal, goes off to Adam Roscoe. It's a free kick, as I say, on that left-hand side of the penalty area. Low ball in. Oh, it's gone through nearly everybody. It's an outstretched leg by Blakeman, who diverts it away for a throw-in on this near side for Salford City. Is Hogan, now the standing captain. Well, he's the captain, sorry, but Hogan chucks the ball into the penalty area, headed away by O'Keefe. Allen nearly sets it up, but Roscoe wins it now, and now it's 3 against 2. Carver now taking it down the left-hand side here, over the halfway line. Oh, it's been challenged there by Dudley. It's going to be a free kick, and rightly so. Anthony Dudley puts the challenge on Marcus Carver just as he played the ball through. Not enough to warrant a yellow card though for Dudley, but it's going to be a free kick for Chorley on this left hand side, just in front of the halfway line, about 7 or 8 yards ahead of it. 5 minutes to go of the 90. Salford City 0, Chorley 3 here on Magpies Live, 102.8 Chorley FM. And here's Blakeman with the free kick, sent short, played back forward by Jordan. Looking for Carver down the left hand side, but he's hacked away, and it's going to be Stephen Jordan to pick it up again. Here's Andy Teague. Played back to Matt Irwin this time in the Chorley goal, inside of his penalty area. Plays the ball right-footed down the middle. Carver jumps for it but misses. Hughes picks it up but gives it away to Richie Allen. Play down the right-hand side, sorry, and Teague is there, has to get the clearance away. It comes off the legs of Nottingham, but Stephen Jordan keeps the ball in field. And a play through here to Kate Cottrell. It's another tackle away. It's going to be another Chorley throw here. Stephen Jordan did really well there. And it's Dudley who with the clearance.
Today's Salford City man of the match, chosen by Matchday Ball sponsors ABC coaches, is Lois Maynard.
No word of the attendance just yet, but I would say probably 1,500 on. Maybe even a few more. So we await for a new ball. Referee obviously not happy with that one. New ball for the throw, which will be taken by Adam Blakeman. Blakeman with this high throw down the left-hand side, headed on by Carver in field. There's nobody there to pick it up apart from Carl Pergiani. He gets it through here to Toure, who bursts over the halfway line with it here for Salford. Looking for at least a goal here for Salford to try and give them some hope, but it's a low cross in which is deflected out wide on that far side. Out for a Salford City throw, says the referee. Here again is Toure, cuts in field, bypassing Challoner. Now it's sent into the penalty area again. Comes down here for Michael Nottingham. Nottingham gets the ball through into the area, but it's picked up first time by Stephen Jordan. Just touches it out wide here for Blakeman. Blakeman, low ball sent it in. Looking for vicinity of Carver, but Pergiani cleans it up at the back. It's Askew to sweep the ball away at the right. Here's Allen on that far side for Salford. It's a cross in, but it's deflected. Allen will pick it up again in the corner of the penalty area. Played in through to Maynard. Allen with the cross in on the left hand side, but Blakeman watches that one come down from the night sky and takes control of it, and now plays it immediately down the left hand side here for Marcus Carver. Can Carver finish it off? Carver goes it towards Hughes. Hughes inside the penalty area, roll back, trying to find Carver, but instead finds it's hard to see. Oh, it's Jake Cottrell. Cottrell now to Carver again on the left hand side of the penalty area. Cottrell. He's been closed out there by Nottingham. It's going to be a throw in for Chorley though. It's not that foggy, but it's one of those where you just can't quite see the number on the back of the player. But here's Cottrell again, picking up the throw from Blakeman. Back to Stephen Jordan. Roscoe, oh, he's giving the ball away. Roscoe allows Dudley to come forward here. He's been closed out by 3 Chorley players, and Andy Teague is the one to clear the ball away from him. Josh O'Keefe with the initial challenge. And now Salford fans are streaming out of the ground. And now it's Jake Cottrell to O'Keefe to Hughes. Now it's Cottrell again inside the centre circle. down the right-hand side here. Overhit pass though for O'Keefe. And it's a way out for a throw for Salford City. About 60 seconds to go now of the game. Salford 0, Chorley 3 here. Of course, we've got the game on Boxing Day afternoon, 3 o'clock kick-off for that one. Chorley against Southport. And then the return fixture on New Year's Day. You can hear both games of that on 102.8 Chorley FM, as well as on our YouTube channel and on the Chorley FC Supporters Trust page. But Chorley are going to beat the league leaders here. Here's Scott Leather to hook the ball into that night sky, into the fog. It's away off the top of the head of the Salford man. It's away for another Chorley throw. Chorley, all they have to do is just keep settled on the ball. They'll maintain the clean sheet here and pick up a very excellent 3 points. That'll be good to watch back on the website. Here's Irwin as the ball came back from him from the back pass and bashes the ball along with some good distance, and Blakeman steals his man here, but a bit of a pulling challenge shirt of the number 6 of Hogan manages to squeeze Blakeman back into his box, and it's back here to Crocombe. It could have been better for Chorley had Marcus Carver's header towards goal had not been cleared off the line in time, but there is a free kick for Salford. It's on the halfway line. The foul on Toure. We're into added time now. There's not been any signal just yet because we played 40 seconds of it. As the ball's into the penalty area, good last-ditch challenge by Scott Leather to hook the ball away, and away goes Matty Hughes here on the halfway line, but it's been held back there as it's going to be a free kick eventually, and rightly so, says the referee. Hughes was being held back as he got away from his man on that halfway line. Teague with his free kick then. Well, this is certainly the final throws of the game. Teague, high free kick down the left-hand side. It comes off the top of the head of the Salford man, but it's actually a free kick for Salford inside their own penalty area for the foul on Hogan. It's going to be left to Crocombe, this free kick, but referee's whistle is imminent. Chorley are going to pick up a great 3 points on the road here at league leaders. Here's Stephen Jordan, plays the ball down here for O'Keefe, who finds behind Matt Challoner, but it's down the right-hand side. Here's O'Keefe again, score of the 3rd goal for Chorley. Certainly wrapped the game up as a contest in terms of goals. Salford get it back though momentarily. Dudley wins it back. Trying to be played down the left-hand side here for Toure. Toure up against his man on that far side. Low ball into the penalty area. It's going to be a corner, says the referee. Well, we've played 2.5 minutes now. We're not too sure how long has been added. Credit to the Salford fans who have stayed. Boo to those that have left the ground already. That's a bugbear of mine, that. But here's Rich Allen with this corner. I footed. Teague with a good thumping header away upfield. And if Chorley could get hold of the ball, but they can't. He's had Hughes unmarked in the middle. Another ball comes in towards that Chorley penalty area. Now Chorley can break away here. Is Blakeman. Blakeman up to the halfway line. Up against Richie Allen. Oh, and a last-ditch challenge. But that's it as a contest. The referee's whistle blows. It's a great 3 points on the road for Chorley. 3-0 winners here. The league leaders, Salford City. Nick Horton with the opener on 32 minutes it was. And then Marcus Carver 5 minutes after that on 37 minutes. And then into the second half, Josh O'Keefe with the what proved to be really the match winner and killed the game as a contest. But that's it here on Magpies Live, 102.8 Chorley FM. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back with you on Boxing Day afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff, Chorley against Southport at Victory Park. But that's it here, as I say, on Magpies Live. Have a very Merry Christmas It's a great present for the Magpies. It's all 3 points here at the league leaders. It's finished here. Salford City 0, Chorley 3.